Camelot 331 here, and I got something that's gonna knock your socks off today. Something that's crazy as hell. Something that's gonna boil your blood and boil your ass juice. Like you done had some 5-alarm chili, baby. Anyways, we're talking today about my most horrifying, stressful, terrible experience while working at Walmart. Also, I could not sleep at all for days. So it was like my current life currently, except I was working there at the same time. So it's like double as bad. I promise. I promise. You ever jumped inside of a black hole? No one has in history. It's like that kind of. You just can't get out. You get stretched real thin like a spaghetti noodle, and then you just explode. That's kind of what it's like working at Walmart. So before we get into it, make sure you give this video an up, doodles, very important, and don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, message me your stories, and we'll read them. It'll be great. I love it. So whilst working at Walmart, I had to be involved in the political struggles of the assistant managers and co-managers and store managers and Walmart. I had to be right in the thick of it, which you find out real quick is very political and very terrible, and I don't know why it is. It's like a hierarchy. It's like living with wolves or something, and they just keep killing each other for no reason. We got plenty of food, baby. You ain't gotta sink your teeth into my ass. I do enjoy that kind of thing most of the time. I'm talking about like 7 seconds. Just sink a teeth into me. Just sink multiple of the teeths into my ooze. I'm getting off the damn subject, but the hierarchy is insane. But I have a specific situation. In one of my stores, there was an assistant manager. I'm gonna paint a picture for you that's like a damn Picasso. Was he good? I think he did the melting clocks. No, a portrait. Imagine a 68-year-old woman that's like 5'1", 78 pounds, and just gray hair and a ball of fire that was dragged directly out of the pits of hell just to be put on this earth to slap me around with her angry, angry words. I don't know how her name is not Karen, but her name was Ardith. Now, I'm probably gonna get sued now, which happens all the time, but it's fine. It doesn't matter, but Ardith is the name. And I know you can imagine that name, Ardith. It sounds damn terrifying. It sounds like a horror movie character that was born in like the 1800s and then got killed in a really brutal way, so they haunt everybody in the house with like knives for like all the years, and then they sell the house for like nothing just to get out of it, and then the next family comes in the sequel and they get stabbed again. Ardith, damn it. There was an assistant manager named Ardith. She went ham as hell on me. Every time I would go to visit her store to talk to management, I would see her running almost full speed. And by running, I mean speed walking, because she was old as hell. She would speed walk directly at me, and I got this feeling of terror deep within my soul and my booty. Deep within my booty. It was like when I was growing up. That's a different thing, but it was deep inside me. And I'd see her coming, and I could see it. I could see it on her face. She was going to lay into me for something crazy. Now, one of the major problems that Ardith had with me, a district manager, by the way, I don't understand it either. Walmart's crazy. She would come up to me, and she always had a problem with a specific thing that makes no damn sense. And when you hear about it, you're going to be like, this makes no damn sense, Cody. I don't understand. I'm downvoting the video right now. This is what she had a problem with. So I had a lot of complaints from associates that this assistant manager, Ardith, would tell associates they had to clean up waste and trash around their areas, and or in the back or something like that, take out their trash and put it in the dumpster at Walmart. This is not the case. There's an actual group of people called maintenance at Walmart that does this for you. Like we have stories about the people cleaning up the poo. You're not supposed to. Maintenance is supposed to do that. Well, Ardith did not give a damn, and she would tell associates to do it. To go out at midnight and take out your trash and possibly get stabbed behind the dumpster. Now, I know what you're thinking. Getting stabbed behind the dumpster sounds kind of kick-ass, like a good way to go. You know what I'm saying? Instead of dying in your bed when you're real old beside your kids and your wife and stuff. No, it's fine. I want to get stabbed behind a dumpster. That's pretty kick-ass. No, That's not what most of the associates want, okay? They ain't like me, all right? They ain't ready to go right now at this very second like I am. So they were against that. So of course, they contacted me because that's how it works. So I go to the store manager and I'm like, hey, store manager guy that I see once a year because it's like you don't even damn exist for some reason. This is a problem I have. Ardith, the assistant manager, is being kind of psycho and telling associates they have to do maintenance. And I would pull out my book and I'd be like, this is a violation of this policy right here. They're not allowed to do that. It's going to end up getting Walmart sued. We can't do that. Okay? Store manager would agree with me like he always does because they were always very agreeable when it came to just like stuff that was obviously an issue. And they'd be like, hey, I'm gonna talk to Ardith. I promise, totally 100% gonna happen. So obviously the next time I worked, I would get to where I was going and I would see Ardith running towards me again. And I got this feeling in my mind that I don't think the store manager talked to Ardith. I'm pretty sure she's pissed. So she would come up to me and be like, I saw an associate wearing a different kind of shirt that they're not supposed to wear. Like a pullover or something because it was cold as hell. That's fine. I don't care. Leave me alone. She was real pissed at me all the time. And it got to the point where she would call me on my off days on Saturday and Sunday or something to that nature. Or when I was on vacation, she'd call at me. She'd just call my phone and yell at me for no reason. So it got to the point where I had to lay into Ardith myself, guys. I had to sit her down and be like, look, you are overstepping your bound times 1,000. You're crossing the line. You can't call me. You can't yell at me. You can't do these things. This is not how we're going to work. And I was real stern with this lady. I had to be. It was like my job. So I had to be all over. I had to be like, look, I had to put my foot down, basically. Well, she did not take kindly to this. She contacts her corporate office saying she wanted me fired immediately because I'm not allowed to talk to her like that. And keep in mind, I did not raise my voice in any way, shape, or form. I was just like, look, we're not gonna do this. So she called HR. HR then called me and was like, look, this lady called, she said this, please handle it. Because usually HR is not going to like do anything. They're just going to tell me directly. That's why whenever you guys complain to HR about something, you just get in trouble because they just tell the person. So they told me directly. So I was like, look, all right, we're going to have to do something about this. So I had a meeting with the regional director. Okay, and I laid in, I was like, look, this lady has to go. She needs to be gone. 100%. I'm not working with her anymore. She is insane. She is disrespectful. She should not be in these stores. I don't understand how she is. So the next day, I get a call from the new assistant manager because she's been transferred. Because Walmart does this thing where they transfer you. Rest in peace. So she got transferred to a different area. But the story doesn't end there, guys. The battle of the giants, and by giant I mean tiny old lady and my ass, did not end there. Because about a month later, the regional director is traveling with me. Personally, like in my vehicle, we're traveling together. And he comes to one of my stores. And we go in the back room and we're talking and we're meeting with, store managers and guess who shows up? It's Ardith. She shows up right beside me, and she wants to talk to my regional director. So we all sit down, and she tells the regional director all the problems she has with me. And the regional director looks her in the face and says, sorry, none of that is his job. Everything you just said is outside of Walmart policy. You're not allowed to yell at the associates. You're not allowed to command the associates to go outside of their certain areas and do certain things. You're not allowed to advise associates to perform maintenance. You're not allowed to do anything like that. You are wrong. She was livid. I thought she gonna tear all of her heads off. So what does she do? She goes to HR again, trying to get the regional director. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. And one day, I think it was like the next day, because my regional director was traveling with me the entire week. She calls him and starts yelling at him. This lady is an assistant manager at Walmart, and she's yelling at district managers and regional directors. And now I'll give her something. She got balls bigger than the moon. The moon is only one ball. She got two of them. She got 2 moon balls. They're huge as hell because she don't give a damn. That's kind of actually impressive. She didn't care. I guess, when I get old, I ain't going to really care either. I don't really care much now about my life continuing. But she didn't care. She called him and flipped out. And I remember him getting off the phone and being like, wow, she is absolutely insane. He said that to my face. To my damn face. So things got pretty bad. And I had to get in contact with the actual HR within the Walmart corporate office and set up a meeting with HR for this one person. Keep in mind how many stores I had, guys, and how many associates I had. This one assistant manager was making it where I was like, you know what? If I died right now, I would be totally cool with it. Which is still how I think, but back then it was because of her. She was terrible. And when I did eventually get the good old-fashioned termination because of YouTube from Walmart, that was the one thing I took a lot of solace in. It's the fact I wouldn't have to see her anymore. But we had to set up a meeting. So I sat down. It was I think it was like a month later. I actually had to drive a couple hours to meet up with HR, and they brought her in to interview her about her being crazy as hell. Now, for some reason, when it comes to Walmart, they won't fire old ladies, and I don't know why. But they just won't do it. They'll just transfer them. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, which is a very bad way to run a business, but it's fine. Who cares? Walmart's fine. It's great. So we sit down, and this lady just starts yelling at the top of her lungs at the fact that she's basically getting terminated. Yelling at me, yelling at everybody. She was yelling, and security had to subdue her and hold her ass down. Crazy as hell. I thought she was going to punch me in the face. She still had my phone number, by the way, and I had her phone. I had her name in my phone as crazy as hell. Literally, her name was just crazy as hell. In parentheses, Cass. Crazy as hell. So she gets dragged out of the Walmart. I'm surprised she didn't get arrested, but I was so thankful that it was finally over. It was like when Thanos gets snapped by Iron Man, and he's like, and I'm Iron Man, snap. That was how I felt, except I didn't die afterwards, which would have been fine, but still, I would have died happy. So one day, about 3 days later, I noticed my phone ringing off the hook, and it says Cass every time. She was trying to call me, probably to tell me, to try to triangulate my damn address so she could chop my head off or something. Man, I don't know, dude. She was crazy as hell, and Walmart was okay with it. This went on for over a year, guys. Over a damn year. What if, and I think now, what would I say if I saw Art at the Public right now? She's probably dead because her blood pressure probably killed her eventually, which is probably, I would imagine so. But if I saw her in public, I wouldn't even say nothing. I would run the other way as fast as possible while leaving a trail of liquid poo the whole damn way. And I'm not cleaning it up because I don't perform maintenance. We've already been over this. What about you? Do you have a crazy story about a crazy person at work that was under you, that was crazy as hell, and that you couldn't deal with, that was specifically named Ardith? Maybe not. That's a weird name. But now, every time I hear or think about that name, it strikes fear in the heart of my tiny little white ass. It doesn't tan much. I apologize. Let me know in the comments. Updoodle the video. Message me on all the stuff. Instagram, Twitter. Talk about a bunch of nonsense. And do me a big favor. Subscribe and make sure you get the hell on it. Diggity doggone it. Bye. Yeah. Ooh. Kind of smells like an old lady. I'm kind of freaking out right now. PTSD's kicking in hard, baby.